Good morning all. Right Honorable Prime Minister John Key, members of Parliament, distinguished guests, other members of New Zealand Asian leaders and friends. Regarding the role we as New Zealand Asian leaders can play in growing Asian investment in New Zealand, let me start with a story, my own story. I came to New Zealand 19 years ago after having lived in 4 other countries. As soon as I took charge of a local New Zealand business as a senior executive, I knew the business had the potential to expand overseas. I'm not sure why that hadn't been done in the 75 years of the company's existence. I utilized my knowledge of the countries I had lived in and the contacts and networks I had in those countries to expand our operations to Australia, Thailand, India, and the Middle East. On thinking further as to what actually helped us in entering those markets, let's take the example of Thailand. When we decided to set up a factory in Thailand 8 years ago, we found the Thai government to be very welcoming and supportive of our investment. They offered us a one-stop shop called Board of Investments for everything we needed. They offered us tax incentives and other benefits. They made it easier for us to send expats to work there on work visas. They had FTAs with all the countries we were interested in working with. So now if we should turn this around and see how New Zealand Asian leaders can attract Asian investment in New Zealand, other way around. Culturally, as we know, Asian investors feel very comfortable dealing with other Asians, as there's a common understanding and a common comfort in shared customs. So firstly, we can offer comfort to Asian investors by changing or improving their perception about New Zealand by promoting that New Zealand is a safe place and a very easy place to do business. New Zealand has very low levels of corruption and a very clear legal framework. New Zealand is very diverse and multicultural, as we are talking about. New Zealand can be used as a base for the businesses to link between Asia and North America and also link between Asia and Europe. New Zealand has a skilled and educated workforce. Secondly, we need to promote and start building and maintaining stronger relationships with Asian students here in New Zealand. As we have learned, when these students progress and grow in their careers and work at senior executive roles either in their respective countries or elsewhere, they offer a great deal of linkage and comfort to potential investors. USA has done really well in this area by handpicking some of the best students from Asia and around the world and offering them scholarships to study there and contribute to their economy. My third point is again using my personal experience in my role as a director on the Board of India here in New Zealand. I have learned that we can help Asian investors by sharing our knowledge about how business is done in New Zealand. We can help them bridge the cultural gap. We can help them understand our governance standards. We can help them understand the local health and safety requirements and local environmental requirements. We also share with them how to thrive in a real democracy. So in summing up, I can say that Asian leaders can be facilitators for Asian investors in terms of providing required local management and governance skills. As if we can offer Asian investors a strong pool of senior Asian management and governance capabilities for greater synergies, overall it will make it a lot more attractive for them to invest here in New Zealand. Thank you.